All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Houston Cougars Dynasty mode. Every time I want to say Dynasty, it like fuses with the word Dynamo, Houston Dynamo, like the MLS team, and I just like want to say Houston. I don't know why it keeps happening. It's how my weird brain works, I guess. But I keep forgetting that the New Orleans Bowl is really the first bowl of bowl season, so we still have like every other bowl of bowl season to get through here. So, and I never even sim them. So our prestige might still go up at year's end, I guess. I think that's when that change happens. So I'm going to sim through the rest of the bowl games here. I'll hide the national championship in case you guys want to be surprised here, but we'll sim through the rest of our bowl games and see exactly what the end of the season brings. There might be some changes on the horizon, but I doubt it. But we'll see here. So let's simulate through all the rest of the bowl games now. Well, we do have a record broken, so I guess a receiver for Washington broke the single season record that he himself previously held. So good for him, I guess. Great things going on for him. Amazing things going on for him. The Heisman winner, I'm pretty sure, as well in this season. So Washington was absolutely balling out. Still lost 3 games somehow and 2 losses in conference. I don't even know if they won the Pac-10 with that kind of record. But either way, that's a record that's broken here, and that's all that would happen. So no changes as far as coaching or anything, no conference stuff. We figured that would probably happen. It's going to take a few years for any of that stuff to come around to Jimbo Lewis, but your national championship, pretty understandable here. It's Miami and Oklahoma. Miami takes home a pretty big victory over the Sooners. In the first couple of years, the national championships are pretty normal to what they probably would have been in real life. It takes a couple seasons for this game to get completely wacky and out of hand and stop making sense. But for now, things do make sense. So we are going to now look around at some stats now, of course. You know, that's our favorite part about the end of the season. So let's look at some numbers here, shall we? So number 16 primarily was the only one who really played quarterback this year. And he had an amazing season, all things considered. You know, like talent restrictions and stuff on his team and his own talent restrictions. It's a great year from him. So over 3,000 yards, almost 30 touchdowns, fell just one short to only 10 interceptions and completed over 60% of his passes. So I didn't look at the rest of the quarterbacks in Conference USA, but I would honestly probably argue that this has got to be probably one of, if not the best quarterback season in the conference. I don't know if there's another quarterback who was having a season like this in our conference. I don't even know if I can look that up. Well, I guess I can. I can look that up. See, this is why I love NCAA04. So let's look and see now if we can, if in the Conference USA, if number 16 is as stacked up as I think he is. And he is. He absolutely is. By far in a way here, by rating at least. So let's look at yardage here. Okay, so it looks like the quarterback for Cincinnati actually threw for more yards. But touchdowns, it looks like he also leads in touchdowns. Definitely does not lead in interceptions, thank God. Yards a game is probably a little bit lower than we think. And completion percentage, he also leads in. So there's a lot of metrics in which he leads the conference. So, yeah, I was definitely on the money here that number 16 probably had the best quarterback season in the entire conference. Just fell a few hundred yards short of the quarterback at Cincinnati, but I'm still going to give him the credit here. In his senior season, absolutely balled out, man. Can't ask for a whole lot more. Number 6, actually, too, also really stepped up in a way I didn't think that he would. So, breaching the 1,000-yard mark is kind of always just my benchmark with running the football. I don't really care where we rank nationally or, you know, the depth that we have at running back and how they're getting involved. But as long as our starting running back is running for at least 1,000 yards, I'm not all that upset. The 5 touchdowns thing is something, of course, to look at, but, you know, this is still a decent enough season considering where we were, like the game plan for running the football on the team, to how well we were actually doing it in the first half of the season and the second half of the season. So for number 6 to produce this much on the ground, I'm going to give him his flowers for this. I think it's a success, even though we're going to see in the stat rankings that our rushing attack probably is ranked like 110th in the country. So I'm not mad about it. And also our fullback had 6 touchdowns, which beats out number 6, but only 200 yards to speak of. So receiving-wise, number 8 absolutely balled out, dude. Remember, all these receivers are like low 60s, so like it's nuts that we got this much production out of this low caliber of players on this team. So 2 receivers with 10 touchdowns. It's awesome, dude. 863 yards I will take from number 2. That's a great year. These guys are both seniors, unfortunately, so we will not be retaining either of them. There's a lot of that we're going to be seeing across the roster. Even our tight end, who had a pretty decent year, he's going to be gone as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of our top contributors who we're going to be losing here. It's really unfortunate. but it's okay. We'll just have to build off of that. So our best lineman, geez, man, I don't know what my mouth was trying to say, but left guard number 76, man, an amazing 54 pancakes, just 2 sacks. The dude was on a generational run. I mean, I can tell you for sure, Houston probably doesn't produce a lot of linemen on this caliber, but even our center gets second team All-American honors here. Doesn't allow a single sack, 38 pancakes. This probably will not happen again. I mean, this is, I don't know, maybe this is indicative of the sim, so maybe we will see this again. I don't know, but great year from our center for sure. And even our right guard, he's not even going to get decorated, but that's a good year from him as well. Our tight end at 21 pancakes. There's no way, man. This has got to be sim influence, man. This is nuts. So we'll take it, man. The rest of the line doesn't have that great of a year. Our right tackle is fighting for his life out there, but other than that, yeah, man, great things as far as blocking goes. Amazing things there. So defensively, our strong safety leads the team in tackles at 58. That's not great. Again, I think it's got to be sim influence, but that is not awesome. TFL leader is going to go to our left outside linebacker, and then behind him is our left end, both of them with double digits, so not bad there. I'm going to guess they're both leading in sacks as well at 7. Yeah, that's the number to beat is 7. Interceptions here, we have a few guys with 4 interceptions. Yeah, number 33 was absolutely cooking at the middle linebacker position, man. He was absolutely doing his job out there for sure. But we definitely generated a lot more turnovers than I thought. So maybe that number will be pretty interesting to see in the stat rankings. And then number 7, of course, has himself a great year kicking wise, 91%. We don't normally ever have that whenever I run these sims. So good to see that he actually did a good job kicking, especially considering that these guys are probably all like 50s and 60s. So I'm a little bit shocked to see that it went as well as it did. So we're going to cherry pick through the stat rankings because I think a lot of it is just skewed by how we play the game. Like our offensive numbers are going to be low because of our running numbers. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be skewed because of that. But our passing game, I think, is a legit thing here. Having a top 40 passing game, I think, is a pretty big thing to believe in. But it's crazy to think that our passing game still, or at least by yards per game, is 4th in the conference. So, which I think is something that we did see. In points per game, we were 62nd, which I guess I'm not like super mad about. I'll take it. I'll take that. But looking now, passing touchdowns, we were 12th in the country, 2nd in the conference. Wow, man, look at there. Rushing touchdowns gets a little bit higher up. First downs, yeesh. Yeah, that's got to be, again, sim influence. That's got to be a sim number. It's fake news. It's a sim number. Okay, just don't look at it. It's not real. Sacks allowed, red zone attempts. Yeah, I'm trying to see which numbers I think are pretty big here. Defense, I think, is also probably going to be skewed a little bit because of the sim and whatnot here. Sack numbers are probably pretty believable. We generate a lot because the sliders are up, so the numbers aren't as far off as the Madden numbers. Like the Madden numbers are broken like that. Like those will never reflect until I up the quarter length, which I've been considering doing because I think upping the quarter length will probably fix a lot of those issues. The numbers will start to look pretty realistic. Maybe not the running numbers, and Sammy Morris is already breaking records, and that's probably pretty far-fetched. But in this game, with the sliders on like the 8-minute quarters I run, the numbers get pretty accurate, but some of the defensive numbers get a little bit skewed and whatnot, and because, you know, we just don't have the time in the game, you know what I mean? There's just not enough time in the game here. But the efficiency, this is something that could probably be believed here. So we took a lot of third downs. We did not do a lot on first and second down. That's a big thing that probably is going to have to change as well. We didn't run a lot of fourth downs. We ran 12 of them, which is actually kind of a lot. And we didn't convert a lot of them either. So in desperation mode on 3rd and 4th down, we were just not doing a whole lot with the football. So that's not great either. It's not really good at all. Turnover numbers are pretty decent, I guess. I'm okay with this. Defensively, yeah, I mean, it's not, I mean, we have a lot of top 25 numbers, so I guess I'm not upset about it. We protected the football a lot too, at least passing wise, you know what I mean? Like only 10 interceptions is better than most of the other stuff I've done on the sim before that you guys have watched me do, so I'm not super disgusted by any of those numbers, but we probably won't look at the stat rankings too terribly much as the series goes on. Yeah, I don't think we'll probably look too much at them. I'm going to look at the standings here for Conference USA, obviously record the rest of the standings off camera so we don't have to go through them, unless you guys want to. I don't know. I just feel like it would bog down these offseason videos. I'm trying to keep them as brief as possible because I ramble all the time. But anyway, in the standings here, so Cincinnati actually comes from behind and wins Conference USA, so I thought it would for sure be between Louisville and probably TCU, but TCU grabs an extra loss, I think, at the end of the year, and then Louisville, I think, also grabbed another loss, probably to Cincinnati. I'm guessing that's probably what happened, because I think after our game, I think Louisville finished their season against Cincinnati and lost that game, giving the conference to Cincinnati. So there, we figured it all out. We've tracked it all down, because I know that Louisville lost their last game after us, so They were just full speed ahead, ready to win the conference, and they just lost. They lost Cincinnati. So, but Cincinnati and Louisville probably going to be the bar to beat. I'm not sure how sustainable both these guys are. In my previous sims, in the Bama sim, Louisville eventually came back. Like, Louisville, I think, started off decent and then like just completely fell apart for like 10 years of that sim. And then in the last like 5 or 6 seasons, they just came back. We're a perennial contender. So we'll see what happens in this sim. At the top here. And then TCU, of course, who beat us. They're sitting above us, and then we come in 4th in the conference at 7-6. Remember, in real life, Art Browse, I think, was 6th in Conference USA, so we finished a little bit better than he did in real life. Southern Miss drops all the way down to 5th, even though they finished with 8 wins on the season because they lost to us. We beat Southern Miss, so that's already a huge bar to clear in our first season. UAB finishes 6th in the conference at 6-7 overall. USF only plays 11 games this year, finishes 5-6. Memphis finishes 3-9 in the bottom once again. ECU also struggles. Remember, they were winless when we played them. I think they were 0-4 when we played them, and they only managed to win 4 games. So they went 4-4 to finish the year, I guess. Tulane also sitting here at the bottom at 4-8 as well. They were off to a bad start. I think they started 1-5, so believable here. And then Army finishes at the bottom, 2-11. We could probably expect Army to be at the bottom for the foreseeable future. So the conference stack's about how I expected. So this handful of block of teams right here is probably going to be your top moving forward. I'm hoping to keep us there, but again, with how many people we're going to be losing, I'm not super guaranteed that we'll be able to do that next year. So we'll see what the roster looks like. We have a ton of seniors that need to be replaced. So I'm going to record the rest of the standings and bowl results, and we will chime in now with the off-season stuff. Okay, so we already know what kind of damage to expect here with our players leaving, but let's fully get into it and break down exactly how bad it is. So, of course, we're losing our starting quarterback. We knew that was going to happen, number 8 and number 2 as well, and our tight end. We also lose our backup tight end, which I guess I wasn't aware of or didn't remember that we were going to be losing him. Losing some pieces on the offensive line as well. We knew that was going to happen, including our best offensive lineman, our left guard, number 76. Even our second-team All-American center is also leaving. Our entire line, I think, we have to replace. So, just about everyone on the line is going to need to be replaced here. Even both of our pass rushers are going to be gone here, but not our leading pass rusher on the left side. He's still going to be around, but our left outside linebacker is also leaving. And our middle linebacker, who was also great for us this year, he's also gone. Another interception leader, our cornerback number 1, he's going to be gone as well. And we lose our punter, so not that the punter matters. So we'll probably be taking a walk-on for punter, honestly. But yeah, it's a lot of guys. I think it was 17 seniors in total who I think we're losing, unless one of them, we're sitting down on the roster, got registered or something. That should be what we're losing, but it was like something like 12 or 13 like contributing seniors that we're losing that we need to replace. So we'll see exactly what recruiting brings us. I forgot to check our prestige, see if it went up at all at the end of the year. It should be 3 stars. It should be because we won the bowl. I don't know if that's necessarily how it works in this game. I don't have a full grasp on it, but either way, just being in Texas, I think we should have an easy enough time. We'll see. I'll chime in, and you guys, of course, will be the first ones to know exactly how well recruiting goes or how bad it goes. But we're going to see what I can figure out. We're going to hope for the best, really, is what I need to say. We're going to hope for the best. All right, guys. I've got some pretty good news to report. Some pretty good things to report here. So, we definitely did get up to 3-star prestige. I don't know if you can see it behind us. Yeah, see, we are up to 3-star prestige here, and that did definitely help out with recruiting a lot in state. I've said it before, I think, earlier in this, I think maybe in the first episode I mentioned it, how I played an SMU Dynasty before, off camera before, I think before I ever started my channel, and they were in a similar position as Houston. Like, you can get to 3-star prestige after 1 year, get a bowl game, and then pretty much just flip this thing around in a couple seasons. So that looks like that might be the path that we're on here with Houston. I'm not entirely sure. So, but I did definitely replace a lot of the talent that we lost. So we might be in pretty good shape here. And there's some surprises here with the signing. So let's get into it. And boom, look at there. We have a 5-star blue chip recruiter. The number 3 tackle in the country is coming to Houston, man. This is one of those weird things where, like, everything I threw at him, he wasn't interested in, but just flipped to us anyway. He just came here anyway. So I'll take that. I'll happily take that. I don't care. There was a lot of 5-stars that I was in on because there was a lot of 5-stars that were actually interested in coming here. I wasn't able to grab them from, all the bigger programs like Texas and LSU and stuff like that. But we definitely did get a lot of interest from 4 and 5 stars, and I was trying to get a lot of them. So we did get some, though, which is important. So we also got Herbert Crawford, a 4-star guard who is going to be coming here as well. We needed, you guys saw we needed to basically replace our entire offensive line. I think we pretty much did that. All these guys that we recruited are pretty much probably going to start immediately. I don't think there's anyone else on the roster who can fight for that. I think we're probably going to be starting a lot of these guys just off rip. Also got ourselves a new quarterback. I think because of how deep our depth chart was, we didn't need one because we do have, I think, a sophomore who's a 77 overall currently sitting on the roster. And with training results, he might get over 80. It's possible. So we'll see where Lee Carr gets. He's a transfer, so I would like to start him, but we'll see. We'll see what the training results bring us in year number 2. Did get a new pass rusher here on the right side. He's a 3-star. Also got another quarterback, another transfer. We probably won't even use him, but I might cut a lot of guys on the roster. We might just keep like Desmond Simpson, Lee Carr, and then that other sophomore on the roster. That we might just run those 3 guys as our quarterback depth chart here. Another 3-star guard here, another 3-star tackle, a 3-star center. We also needed a brand new center, and I got one of those. We didn't need receiver. We still have 5 receivers on the roster, but they're all not good. So I tried to get out and get the best one I could. And Clint Black, a 3-star wide receiver from here in Texas, was the best that it was going to get. There wasn't much anyone else above a 3-star that was interested in coming here. Got a 3-star cornerback here to help replace what we lost in number 1. I think number 2 also left cornerbacks. Another 3-star receiver as well, so we got 2 solid options here as well. Another 3-star pass rusher, this time on the left side. Another tackle just for some depth here. We needed new tight ends, and I was only able to get a 2-star. I had a couple 3-stars I was in on, but only TD Downs was willing to come here. So I got 2-star tight ends, so we'll probably see between the 2 of them who's the better prospect, and they will probably start. Another 2-star receiver as well. He might not make the team. Another 2-star guard as well. And then the game kind of threw me these 1-stars down here. I had a 2-star linebacker I was in on that I don't think decided to come here as well. So we definitely got big in a lot of places that we needed to. Beefed up the offensive line big time. Got better at quarterback definitively. And got good on the defensive line a little bit as well, but there's other aspects of the team that are probably still going to be just as bad as they were last year. So we'll see that once we get through the full-on roster breakdown. But now I'm going to look through, I'm going to show you guys who we missed out on. So I was in this linebacker here. He wanted to come here, ends up going to Texas, obviously, was also big on this left tackle. Me and him share a name, and he decided to go to Texas as well. Was big on this cornerback. He also went to Texas as well. We did get one of these tackles, and then this 5-star guard ends up going to Oklahoma State, who was also in on. I was never in on this running back. I don't know why he's here. I think I threw some points at this cornerback, who ends up going to LSU as well. I think it was in on this, not corner, center, who ends up going to Oklahoma. Yeah, there's a lot of guys down here. Yeah, this is the tight end I was in on. He ends up going to Texas. As if they really need him. I doubt they needed him. Come on now. Let the little guys feast here a little bit. But that's just an idea of the kind of guys I was into. There was a lot of guys that were interested in coming here. Like, I was shocked how many wanted to actually come to Houston. But obviously, we couldn't compete with the bigger programs. So maybe that'll change when we join the Big 12. But who knows, man? Who knows? So looking at our top classes here. So Notre Dame, yeah, taking the top class here. They had a great season last year. And they look to repeat that. Texas, obviously, still sitting here at the top here. Number 2, Ohio State, of course, comes in at number 3. Miami, the reigning national champs, are at number 4. Michigan, the Big Ten winners, are here at number 5. UCLA, the Pac-10 champs, are here at number 6. Virginia Tech, the Big East champs, are here at number 7. Florida State, winners of the ACC, are at 8. Oklahoma, the Big 12 champs, are at 9. Kansas State, another Big 12 team, here at 10. LSU's up here at 11. Auburn at 13 after a good year. Toledo, the MAC schools, we remember how strong they were in our Penn State dynasty, but they're here. Virginia's up here. Georgia as well. USC, Pitt, Western Michigan, another MAC school. In the top 25, San Diego State out of the Mountain West is up here. Oregon State's at 20, NC State at 21, Arkansas at 22. Louisville in our own conference is up at 23, so we do have a Conference USA member in the top 25. We could probably expect Louisville to maintain their quality here of play on the field. UCF, the winners of the MAC, come in at 24 after a great season, and then Ole Miss rounds things out at 25. So we're going to have to scroll a little bit further to see exactly where we are. I don't think I'll do the same thing I did in the previous. Oh, we're at 32. Look at there. Didn't have to scroll that far here. We're coming at 32. Only one 5-star, but 9 3-stars, so we should at least be on the same level of competitiveness as the rest of our conference here. We're only behind one other team in our conference, so... But that's also assuming that our roster was as good as the rest of the conference in general, which we know that's probably not the case. But either way, I don't think I'm going to do the thing that I did in the Penn State Dynasty where I go through and try to look for the rest of our conference. Recruiting-wise, I think they're probably around the bottom. I mean, we're one spot ahead of TCU, so another in-state rival here, and we finished just a spot above them. So, yeah. So that's at least to give us an idea here. North Texas, who we beat in the bowl game, they're here at 36th. Yeah, just a little bit. Just scroll a little to see say anyone who's close to us, if there's anyone else. Cincinnati's 48th, so the Conference USA winners are a good like 12 spots behind us, like 14, 15 spots behind us. Southern Miss is also here at 51, so that's where the top of the conference is at. So we could probably expect the rest of the conference to be pretty darn low. I wanted to see if there was anyone at the very, very bottom. I bet Memphis is probably down there. But we're just going to skip through and head into the training results. All right, so looking over the training results here, our strong safety gets a massive boost here up to a 77. That should be huge on the defensive side of the ball here. We also got a pretty big improvement from a junior center who is already on the roster. Jumps from a 59 to a 66. Don't know if that means he will start or even fight for the starting job, but it is a big improvement, obviously. Our kicker gets a massive boost up to a 72 after a great season last year, so this should be a good season for him as well. Quarterbacks on the roster growing a little bit here. Okay, so number 9 jumps up to an 82, so he might be far and away the starter here, and he's only a junior, so we might have some decisions to make at the quarterback position heading into this season here. We also have some other big improvements here. Free safety 21, remember, after blowing his knee out basically in the New Orleans Bowl, he comes back. It's a huge boost in the offseason, and he should be good to go at the safety position as well. Some other numbers that aren't too bad around here. Still a lot of 60s we're seeing, a lot of lower stuff here, not a lot of guys improving all that much. I'm curious to see how the freshmen slot in to all these numbers here, because, yeah, there's still a lot of like guys already on the team that I'm really just not excited about, just not getting me all that jazz, but I think what we recruited, we should be able to improve at a lot of these positions. So let's get into that now here. I don't think I need to make any significant roster cuts. I think everything should be all right. I'm probably going to make some cuts anyway just to clean up the roster, because I think we have a lot of just kind of filth around it. So yeah, 56. We don't need to make any significant cuts here. I'm not gonna go through and spoil all the roster for you guys. So I'm just gonna make the cuts I need to make, and then we'll get into the depth chart. Okay, so here we are here looking at the depth chart, some big decisions to make here. So quarterback number 9 is far and away the best quarterback on the roster. We'll look at the throwing numbers, of course, and see exactly how it breaks down here. Oh, wow. So actually, Lee Carr's got the better arm by a little bit here, but number 9 is significantly more accurate. So that's probably what we're going to go for here. And then Lee Carr also is kind of like more athletic here. He's got the better speed numbers here, so it looks like he could probably scramble a little bit, but I don't know if that's something to pick over number 9. So we'll probably just roll with number 9 here. The quarterback thing's always a tricky mistress, man. You could go with one, it just doesn't work out. You never know. But we're gonna rock with number 9 here, and then we'll keep Lee Carr on the roster, and then Desmond Simpson is gonna be 3rd here. One of these guys might get redshirted. I think we might have one more quarterback on the roster where I could redshirt one of these guys. We'll see what the game does, because it's typically auto does it anyway, but I kind of want to redshirt Desmond Simpson here, because I think with him, he might be something. Lee Carr we'll probably end up using next year if number 9 doesn't improve anymore, but we'll see, because there's a decision to make here with these 3 guys on the roster right now, for sure, for our future. Running back did not get much better at all here. Number 30 is up to a 68. Number 27, who got on the field a little bit last year, he's a sophomore now, and he's only up to a 67, so the running back situation is about the same. I got a little bit better. Number 6 is still here, by the way. He's a junior, but he didn't grow much at all, so we didn't see a ton of improvement at the running back position, unfortunately. I might honestly still start number 6 just because of the speed, because last year things worked out. So I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm just going to start number 6, but this time I'll put number 30 at the 2nd string, since he obviously put the work in. But I'm still going to rock with number 6 just because it worked out well last year, so we'll just keep with it. Number 35 is also still here. He's going to start first at fullback. Okay, so our receivers, yes, the 2 receivers I brought in here, Clinton Black and John Ridgway, are going to be our top 2 guys here. I loved the 91 speed for Clinton Black. These guys are probably going to be the future at the receiving core for this team for the next couple of seasons, and that should anchor us down here. But number 81's up to a 69, so he also did pretty well last year as well. So it's good to see that he's still here, up to a 69. I think that's a doable number we can do with. And even David Whitaker, another freshman that we brought in, comes in as a 68. So I actually think we're okay. We got a lot better at receiver. I'm going to say that. We actually got a lot better at receiver. So the other positions not bringing too much. Like running back's not much better. Fullback obviously not much better. I don't think tight end's going to be that much better either. But receiver got better and quarterback's gotten better. So those are 2 important things here. So Troy Grant is going to start for us at tight end here as a 66, and then TD Downs is going to be behind him at a 63. So again, I think we could probably live with this in our conference, but I would like those to get a little bit better. Okay, so LaShawn Ross is going to be our starting left tackle here. Obviously, our big get of the offseason is going to start for us right here at left tackle. At left guard, we're going to have Atari Connor, a new freshman for us here, starting at a 69. He's going to start at left guard. At center, we we have Harold O'Neal, another freshman we brought in. I told you guys at the recruiting screen that all these freshmen are probably going to start for us, and absolutely they are. So, and I'm not mad about it either. So Herbert Crawford's going to also start at right guard for us at a 72, and then L. Lindsey is going to start as a 75 right tackle. So one of the other big gets of the offseason is our tackle position. So we've beefed up the offensive line. Probably one of the best offensive line units in the conference, I would argue. I mean, I would think so. I think we only have one sub-70 overall lineman, and it's our guard, our left guard. Yeah, so I think we have to have one of the best offensive line units just in the entire conference right now. So left in here, number 88 is back. He's up to a 72. So Philip Blair's going to be behind him at a 71. He's a lot faster, though. Goodness gracious. So I'm going to rock with 88. Again, I'm not going to try and buck with what was already working in the previous season here, even though I think Philip Blair is going to be a huge contributor on our defense this year. And then John Woodson up to 79. I could start Blair here. I think I might do that, dude. They're both freshmen, so we are loaded at defensive end. We don't even have to worry about it, dude, like at all. I really want to start Philip Blair somewhere, but we'll rock with John Woodson. We might just sub more on defense. That might be the solution there, but I'm okay. Well, pass rush should be all right. Defensive tackle actually is looking pretty good. So he's only a sophomore. Number 98's only a sophomore, and he was pretty good for us last year. He's going to start at a 73 overall, and we have a junior behind him at 70. So defensive tackle is actually in a good spot right now. We shouldn't have to worry about it for at least another season or two, man. We are in good shape on the defensive line here. So on the line of scrimmage, man, I don't think there's many teams in this conference that can beat us. That is for sure. But the linebacking course where things are probably going to fall apart for us. So, okay, let's see our positions here. So number 44 is going to start in the middle. We weren't able to upgrade there really at all. The number 45 is going to start for us. He got injured last year, so I think he's back and ready for this game on the right side. So we are going to start number 32 on the left side. That should at least be okay. Linebacker is going to be a bit of an issue, but it's all right. I think we'll survive. Number 8 is up to a 74 here at cornerback. Number 4 is also up to a 67. Ken Coleman, another freshman we brought in, is at a 67 as well. Oh, God, we have a receiver at corner. Oh, geez. Not great there. I mean, I think we could live with these three guys for sure, but if any injuries occur to this part of the team, I think we might be in a little bit of trouble. Just a little bit. So free safety 21's up to 73, of course, as we just talked in the training results here. He should be okay. And then our strong safety number 29 is up to 77. So behind them, there's not much of anything. We'll probably be addressing safety. I almost said senior. We will be addressing safety in this offseason 1,000%. That's going to be a huge area of the roster that needs to be. I don't know why my voice is cracking a lot, guys. I'm very sorry. I don't know why my voice keeps cracking, but this is going to be a part of the roster that we're probably going to need to look at a lot. So, and then number 7's up to 72, and then of course we have a walk-on punter in Johnny Everett. So now let's get into the schedule, because I am going to be a little bit creative with how I craft up this schedule in the next season. So let's jump right into it. Okay, I actually kind of like the schedule that it gave. I only made a few changes. So it originally had us playing Colorado State and Auburn in this spot here, and I didn't really want to play Auburn since we've seen Auburn so much in my Alabama series. I didn't really want to play them, even though they are ranked 10th entering into the season, by the way. They are 10th. So Auburn's already off to a better start in this sim than they were in my Bama sim at all. And then Colorado State is still not at the juggernaut yet. I think they're still building towards that, but I just didn't really want to play them. I wanted to play another kind of similar opponent that Houston is playing in real life, and BYU was a perfect fit for that, since BYU is out of the same conference as well in the Mountain West. So I just kind of swapped opponents in that same conference, and then Texas was on here already. It gave us number 5 Texas. So what I was going to say, I've been waiting to say it, since we're still kind of like a lowly mid-major, we're just kind of building up in Conference USA, I am still going to schedule the big games because it's realistic. We would probably be playing these big blue bloods, so I'm going to keep these games on the schedule. It's a bit of a tough one here. I don't know if I want to play Florida State at week 11. That's kind of brutal, but it'll be all right. We'll be fine. I kind of want to get our out-of-conference schedule kind of out of the way. I would like to do that. That's kind of how I want to craft the season here, but we'll give ourselves some weeks here in between. We'll see moving forward. I might change that up here. In real life, Houston would only play 11 games, and they wouldn't do very well. We'll just say that. Art Briles completely collapsed here in that second season. I don't think we'll collapse in this season, but I think 500 is probably still the threshold, I think. That's probably still about what we can expect here. So I'm going to take this schedule. I think I'm going to leave the coaching strategy where it's at. I kind of like where we're at here, especially because the receiving core is better. I'm kind of going to try and leave it here. I'm going to keep the aggressiveness up too. I liked how aggressive we were last year. The subbing I'm going to keep the same. On defense, I think we might sub a little bit more. try and sub a little bit more here. We'll see. I don't know, because across the defense, we don't have the depth here. It's really only on the line that we do. So I'm actually going to take it down a bit. Yeah, I'm going to take it down a little bit, but we're going to stay aggressive here and really key in. I'm going to probably even up our defensive strategy here because I don't think we need to key in on the pass all that well. In fact, actually, our defensive line's better, so I think I'm going to skew towards the run. Try and protect the run more. We're already a team that, as you saw at the end of last year, did not really protect the pass all that well at all, and that was what we were really focused on defensively. So I'm going to skew it towards the run since our defensive line is probably one of the better units on our team, and then that should just about do it because we're not going to sim anything. We are going to play these games. So I guess we'll sim through week 0 and see if there's any chaos that happens in week 0. So there were some ranked teams that we just saw that are playing there, and I also did maintain the rivalry with Rice. So let's look at the weekly schedule here. Texas did move up, so somebody lost. Obviously, somebody lost. LSU managed to win here. Michigan managed to lose. Wow, they lost to Syracuse. This has happened before. This has definitely happened before. I have played, I think in the Bama series this happened. Michigan lost this very game. Or lost to Syracuse at least, because they recycle after a while here. And then Oklahoma dropped 75 on Rice. So maybe Rice is going to be looking to get some revenge here in week 2 for the administration value bucket, man. Who knows? So they won it last year. And we are hopefully going to get our revenge on Rice on the road this year. So, but looking over the rest of the schedule here, yeah, I was saying just a second ago, I think 500 is probably still the benchmark here. I don't know if BYU stacks up. They're about on our level here. So this should be a winnable game here. We should be able to beat Rice. We absolutely should be able. Wow, Rice is the 117th listed team in the country, which is last, by the way. So we should absolutely beat Rice. But we should beat Rice. We should beat BYU. Obviously going to lose to Texas. We should probably beat ECU as well. Probably be able to beat Tulane and Memphis. We should probably be able to win the same conference games that we won last year. I don't see many of those games flipping. Obviously, we might still lose to TCU again. Probably going to lose to Florida State. Southern Miss might be a bit of a toss-up here. We'll see how good they are this year, but that should be a toss-up. We should be able to beat Army as well, and Louisville's going to be tough. I want to beat UAB this year. We shouldn't have lost them last year, and we did. So that's like a what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7 probably. Yeah, I think about the same threshold. I think 7-5 is definitely doable, and if a conference game flips our way, 8-4 is probably like the absolute ceiling for this team. But I think 6-6 is probably a lot more realistic. 6-6. I don't want to say 5-7. I think we make a bowl still, but it's all going to depend, man. It's all going to depend. So obviously, the next episode is going to be Rice and BYU. Then the next one after that's going to be Texas and ECU, and then it's the next one's going to be Tulane and Memphis, and then we're going to have TCU and Florida State, and then we're going to have Southern Miss and Army, and then of course finish off with Louisville and UAB once again. So the conference schedule is going to be the same, so you guys are going to get used to the schedule of videos that you're going to see every single year. They don't think it's going to be different as the out-of-conference schedule, but I'm going to try and preserve this Rice rivalry for as long as it makes sense to. There will probably reach a point where it doesn't really make sense to play this game anymore, or at least not play it every year, so... But for now, we're going to preserve it. So, in the next one here, man, we are going to be beginning year number 2, man. We're already in year number 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, man, and sticking with the series here. And I hope to see you guys in the next one here when we begin year number 2.